What's up, Hunter? What's up, guys? Welcome, welcome. How we all doing? Welcome in, guys. Hopefully everybody's doing well, getting ready for the 4th, whatever you might be doing. Celebrate, all that good stuff. What's up, Vicky? What's up, Rosalind? Appreciate the like. What's up, Zach? How we doing, brother? Yep. Yeah, I feel you. Yep. I'm ready for the long weekend. What's up, Dare Bear? Claire, how's it going? How's it going, guys? Queue's open, guys. If you want to hop in, anything can be opened on the live or sent sealed. Got that flash sale pinned at the bottom of your screen there. Grand Gathering accessory, collector's accessory boxes. Let me know if you have any questions, guys, especially if you're new here. Appreciate you stopping by. Let me know if you have any questions. Welcome in, guys. What's up, Chaser? How we doing? How we doing, Athena? Cool Toaster. What's up, guys? Appreciate the likes, Cammy. Welcome in, y'all. Queue is open if you're interested in hopping in, guys. Check out the shop. We've got a flash sale pin at the bottom, right? We got these collector's accessory tins, right? You can pull different level rarities of the tins. They have little different designs. You've got the hidden, the super hidden, your base level. They come with a corresponding magnet there. And you also get the 2 packs of the Grand Gathering. So like the Chinese version of T-Fest. Alright, guaranteed at least an EX or better in each pack. On that flash sale right now. Appreciate the likes, Lil Cammy. Crushing it. What's up, Maro? What's up, Jaslyn? How we doing? How we doing, guys? What's up, JT? Appreciate it, Cammy. Crushing it with the likes. Chat, how we feeling about those pre-order prices on the English Celebrations stuff? Pretty damn expensive, huh? What's up, Katie? Appreciate it, Cammy. Crushed it. 1,000 likes. Appreciate you. What's up, Andrew? Welcome in, Ali. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate the follow, little Cammy. Appreciate you. Always happy to have new folks join the community here. What's up, Vivian? Appreciate the follow, Jaden. How we doing? What's up, Hugo? What's up, Jason? How we doing, Sam 8? Not much, man. Just chilling. Yeah. Yeah, is it really hot out by you? Not too bad. Yeah, it's at triple digits out here. It's supposed to be for tomorrow and Saturday as well. It was 102. Went up to 102 today, which is not normal. What's up, Crusher? I'm looking forward to some decrease in the heat and humidity and all that kind of stuff, but you know, starting the summer off with a bang of triple digits for 3 days in a row. All right. Crusher. We got Crusher hopping in. Gem 5. upside down. All right. We're ripping for you, Crusher. All right, here we go. Good luck. Gem 5. Empty box. All right, good luck, good luck. All right, we got Tatsugiri, Fampy, Skarmory stamped. Ferrogato, Milcery, Stunfisk stamped. Just better not be the Stunfisk AR again, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. No Stunfisk this time. There he is again. Spheal. Wattrel, Sea Titan. Chansey, Spheal. Braven, Applin, Sunflora. Wattrel, Sunflora, Ferrogato, Houndoom. Skarmory, Raboot, Growlithe, Magneton. Sea Titan. What's up, Soap? Appreciate the follow, Jeffy. What's up, Alaska? Growlithe, Fampy, Ferrogato. Joltik, Latios, Ceruledge, Timber on the stamp. Horsey, Houndoom, Timber. Skarmory. Skarmory again. Horsey. Timber, Magneton, Joltik, Tatsugiri on the Master Ball. Pavilion, Ceruledge, Joltik. It's the Quacks. Was it Quaxwell? Quaxwell again? Did we already get this for you? Can't remember. I know we pulled it the other day. We did. Dang it. I mean, it's another exclusive, but it's a dupe. Braven, Latios, Sea Titan stamp. It is better than the fish, that's for sure. At least it's an exclusive too, you know? Stumpfisk, Tatsugiri. We got 3 more here. Houndoom, Chansey, Wattrel, Spheal, Milcery, Horsey, Milcery again. Last pack magic here. What's up, Evelyn? Growlithe, Wattrel, Vibraven, and Vibraven again. Alright, we got the Sea Titan, Timber, Stumpfisk, and the Skarmory stamped with the Quaxley. This is Quaxwell, right? Quaxwell's the second one. Quaxley's the basic version. Appreciate you, Crusher. Yep, that is better than Stumpfisk for sure. What's up, Jay? Welcome in, guys. Welcome, welcome. Queue's open. What's up, Jesus? Welcome in, guys. What's up, Rook Man? How we doing? All right, guys, that flash sale's kicked back in. Pinned at the bottom of your screen there. What's up, Hunter? How you doing, guys? What are we doing for the 4th, chat? What's going on here? I think it's going to be kind of crazy. At least around me, it's supposed to be, you know, triple digits on Saturday. So people, like, even going to fireworks, even when the sun goes down, it's still going to be, like, super warm. So. What's up, Belle? Welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate the likes, little Cammy. What's up, Wendy? How we doing, Corbin? What's up, Sav? Welcome in, guys. If you are interested in hopping in, we can do live rips on anything in the shop, and then we can also send it sealed if you prefer. What you got planned for the 4th, Zach? You do anything special? There you go. Nice. Going to the beach. Big party and fireworks show. They do every year out there. Very nice. So try not to burn this time. Did you get real sunburnt last time? Yeah. I mean, it's hot for sure. Stay hydrated, man. Man, got burnt bad. What's up, Misaligned? Welcome, welcome. As I get back and arms wouldn't stop peeling over and over. Damn. Yeah, man. Load up on the sunscreen. Make sure somebody gets your back. No joke. What's up, Los? What's up, Polar? How we doing, guys? Queue's open. No wait right now. So if you hop in, we'll get to open your stuff right away. What's up, Kennedy? How we doing? It's good, chat. We got 12 more minutes live on that flash sale on the Grand Gathering collector's accessory boxes here. Comes with 2 packs of the Grand Gathering, which is like the Chinese version of T-Fest, except that you also have the chance they pull an exclusive SAR Sylveon, right? It's got all the potential evolutions, plus 1 new one that is exclusive to this set. Appreciate the likes. What's up, Spillex? Ryan's belt. We got constellations in the chat here. So what else, guys? What else we got going on for the 4th? Yeah, Zach's going to the beach. Party and fireworks. A little extra attention to skincare while he's there. Watching fireworks on the beach. There you go. Do they do a big like organized display crusher down on the beach there? some places. Yeah. Does it get really crowded down there, Crusher? Like, is it super busy down there since it's 4th of July? Like a lot of tourists and all that? I mean, my assumption is that it would be, but yeah, it's crazy. I bet. I feel like it kind of gets like crazy. I mean, I've been there like 2 times in the last yeah, 2 times in like the last 25 years, but 2 in the last like 5 or so. Fortunately, it wasn't around holidays, but I just feel like it keeps getting like more and more crowded. You know, like even on the off months, like I was down there in October and there's still just, you know, constant traffic and stuff. Can't imagine what it's like during peak vacation time. Yeah, I bet. I mean, it's kind of hard to scoot around there like real quick from spot to spot anyway, just because, you know, there's a lot of traffic lights and all that on like the main highway there. But can't imagine, you know, once you get all the hotels and vacation homes booked up and packed. You know, you get, you know, like 4 families to a house and that kind of thing, and it's a lot more vehicles out there. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, up in your Maryland. Yeah. Yeah, it's brutal. It was 102 degrees today and it's supposed to be about that again tomorrow, and then 100 degrees on Saturday. So not really typical here. We don't really hit triple digits much. Appreciate the likes, Goku. In the low 90s, yeah. I mean, obviously, given the choice, I'd take lower 90s, but yeah, it's supposed to be then like 97 on Sunday, but who knows? Appreciate the likes, guys. What's up, Scoldger? How we doing? How we doing? It's been a long time since I've been around, like, at a beach during what I call, like, peak season. I mean, I guess we went out to, my friend's got, I mean, it's his by proxy in terms of, like, it's his in-laws' place, but they go out there a bunch in Delaware. That's close to the beach. So we went out there end of last July. Heat wasn't too bad. Beach was okay. I mean, the water was kind of cold still, but it was late July, so it was kind of strange. But it's not really like one of those places, like, you don't have houses on the beach, if that makes sense. Like, you can drive a vehicle out on there if you have a permit to do it, but yeah, it's not like a beach where people are living in houses and can walk out to the beach. Like, there's no houses along that part, so it doesn't really get crowded on that part. I'm sure if you went further south, though, where there are oceanfront properties and all that, that's where most of the people, you know, in that typical, like, public beach access type thing. So it's a little different scenario, but I can't imagine being on a beach at, peak heat. It's like 95 degrees. You got the sand radiating heat back up on you. So it's been a while since I've experienced something like that. Let's see. Let's go. What's up, Matthew? A good watch. What's up? What's up? What's up, Nick? Welcome in. Welcome in. We got a different flash sale going on at the bottom of your screen, guys. Brilliant Illusions boxes. That's 6. That's appreciate the follow, Gotti. Hugupinus. Interesting username there. Hugupinus. Got it. Unique. I haven't seen one like that before. What's up, Oops? Spillix. How we doing, guys? Again, Q is open. A lot of stuff, a lot of different options there in the shop. If you guys are interested, we got the Brilliant Illusions Slim Packs booster box on that flash sale for under $30. Cheapest we have had it on the site here in the shop. We've got Korean Inferno, Korean Glory of Team Rocket, and Mega Dream. We've got Chinese Blade Awakening, Grand Gathering, Gem 2, Gem 5, Brilliant Illusions. Then we've got Japanese Nihil Zero, Ninja Spinner, Abyss Eye, Mega Dream, and Mega Brave. Go. What's up, Seth? And in English, we've got Chaos Rising, a little bit of Perfect Order left, and Ascended Heroes. So a lot of options there. What's up, Martel? What's up, Nobel? Nobel Sense. How we doing? What's up, Chloe? Baby boy. Been quiet this week, chat. Anybody get in on the GameStop pre-orders for the 30th celebration set? Been all over social media. Yeah, it's been a little crazy with all that stuff with the 30th anniversary coming out, so I don't know. I don't know what that's gonna look like. Once the stuff actually... What's up, Dakota? Once the stuff actually starts hitting the shelves. Crazy, crazy. How are you? How's it going? You guys doing anything special for the 4th? What's up, Kels? Let's see. Just going to see fireworks. Is able to take the night off. There you go. As you said, you normally work. Just got an 88 on exam. Dang. That's still pretty good. You said you normally work what, overnights over the weekends? Saturday and Sunday? Gotcha. Well, that will be fun then, you know? Have off for that, go see the fireworks. Mushishi. Gotcha. Gotta keep the tradition alive. Guys, I am going through some stuff, updating some prices. So, and by updating in all the cases, the ones that I'm updating, it is lowering price. So, if you haven't looked at the shop, if anything in particular that you're looking for, double check it, see maybe if that price has changed, works a little better for you. What's up, Ariel? That's a crazy username. Not saying that one out loud. Fetches Gobler. Must be French or something. Alright, let me see here. Alright guys, new flash sale. What's up, Javon? New flash sale, going to be live in a few seconds here. Pinned to the bottom of your screen, Grand Gathering booster boxes. $10 off. $10 off on each of those boxes. Yeah, I can put them back in. I can move a box over. Give me just a minute. Let's see, I dropped it to 125 as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, no worries, Dakota. Nope, no Dakota, I haven't heard back yet. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer when with them, you know, sourcing the singles. But no, I have not heard back yet. Hopefully sometime over the weekend we'll hear back. Alright, Crusher just moved over. Just moved some over to the single packs on Abyss Eye. We have a little price drop too. So yeah. Yeah, I will for sure keep you updated on that. Double check that he hasn't messaged me during the stream. Yeah, nope. Nothing back on it yet. So got 6 more minutes live on the flash sale, guys. It might take another second here, Crusher. Yeah, I gotta do it from the main shop, and it takes a second. It takes a couple minutes to sync up with TikTok Shop. Oh, it would also help. Hold on, let me. There you go. Double check it now. I had to add it in. Like add it into the shop. So like every time I go live, I gotta add all the products into so what would easily, you know, show up in the shop. Otherwise, you have to go all the way to my full shop. So. It's usually easier for me because I only add the stuff that's in stock. And since it wasn't listed as having a stock or having any inventory there. All right, Crusher. All right. Let's get it. We got you on 6 of the Abyss eye packs. Alright. Cracking a fresh box here. Let me know when you're ready, Crusher. We got you on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 Abyss Eye packs. Ready. All right, here we go. Poplio. Dang, I forget this one's name. That's Skarmory. Fossil. Dark Bell. Infernape. Slowpoke. Relicanth. Sharknet. Primate. Mega Excadrill. On the EX. Couple more. Appreciate the likes, guys. Lantern. The secret rare jar. I don't know what the actual name is of it. Last pack magic here for you, Crusher. Chicken. Palafin and Banette. Not too terrible. We did get 3 hits, but not the bigger hits that we're looking for out of the box. So 2 EXs, Mega Excadrill. Yep, the name's not coming back to me. And then the Capsule Secret Rare. Appreciate you, Crusher. Are you continuing to collect Abyss Eye? Like, is that a set that you're doing, like trying to do master set and all that on? Because the price did go down overall. Yes, okay. The price did go down overall on them, and I can get boxes. So Japanese does 2 things. They do boxes with shrink and charge more for that, and then they do boxes without shrink. Now the only difference is it's a sealed box. It still has that the temper-proof seal, you know, that tie that I would have to do. Or not tie, but the strip that you rip off kind of deal. But I can get that for less expensive than the fully sealed. So like I said, on both of those, prices have dropped since our original inventory came in on Abyss Eye. So I was already contemplating doing like a few more boxes of it, so probably do that shortly. I'd put in that the Chinese order was a very large order, so you know, still waiting on payments. The way with TikTok goes is that I don't get paid out until items have been delivered, and then it's 5 days after that then I get paid out. So, you know, between the shipping and then the time for payout, takes me a while to get some funds in. So I should be able to make that purchase here shortly of the Abyss Eye. Get some more of that, and I think it'll be at a better price than what I have it in there now. I think it should be by a decent amount. I'm thinking at least probably like $10 a box, roughly. And then that'll translate, obviously, to less expensive packs if we're going individual packs, so. Keep you updated on that, actually. Let me see. Appreciate the likes, guys. Let's see. Reactivating that the flash sale on the booster boxes there of Grand Gathering. In case anybody's interested. We did drop the price on Gem 2. What we had left. Dropped it on Abyss Eye. Brilliant Illusions. No. did the flash sale on Brilliant. Welcome in, guys. Appreciate all the likes. What's up, Cass? I've only been collecting for about a year now. Okay, your son got you into it? Very nice. How'd that happen? Was he just like, did he just start getting interested in it, and then that's how you were introduced, or was it like, did you go to like a card show or something? Started to organize his collection and got into master setting. Hey, there you go. There is something satisfying, right, about completing a set. Which started chasing New Umbreon, pulled another exclusive. Which Umbreon? In what, Grand Gathering? Yeah. So you pulled the exclusive Sylveon? Is that what you're saying? Dang, dude. 2 of them. It's crazy. That's super lucky. I'm sure you could... I know it's not the same as pulling it, but I'm sure you could trade. Find somebody to trade with or something. If that's what you want to do. Or you could obviously sell it. I mean, that would... So all the evolutions, I don't care about the exclusive. Yeah, we've pulled 2. We've pulled 2 of them so far. Flareon and the Jolteon. Jolteon came out of a box. The Flareon came out of one of the collector's accessory boxes. No caller ID. Flashback to the mid-2000s, and you see that pop up on the phone. Crusher, do you guys think you think you're gonna try to master set the 30th celebration? What's up, Zach Monk? How we doing? What's up, Denny's? Not if the price is sky high, yeah. That's kind of why I ask, because it's so crazy expensive. I don't know. What's up? What's up? I just think it's a real shame, honestly. Most people are not going to be able to really afford that set if it stays like it is. $600 for a UPC. Crazy. Yep. Yep, I hear you, Dakota. I can't even justify. You know, I'm even thinking about, you know, some of the, you know, it'd be nice to at least like have an ETB or something like that. And it's just, I mean, 3 times right off the bat, 3 times MSRP. I mean, that's assuming you even could get access to it. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, it's cost prohibitive. No other way to put it. So I just, you know, my hope was at the beginning of the year twofold, right? Both in English and Japanese, but especially Japanese, right? And I made a video talking about how Japanese sets haven't been releasing like they had in the past, at least in the Scarlet and Violet era, right? Where usually you had 2 boxes, right? So like Twilight Masquerade was Mask of Change and Crimson Haze, and what else? You had you know, Glory of Team Rocket and Heatwave Arena and that sort of thing. So you had 2 Japanese sets released at the same time to make up 1 English. Well, now they've just been releasing 1 Japanese set at a time. They haven't made those sets any bigger, so it's not like they're like, okay, let's just stop making 2 separate ones and just combine them. They're not doing that. My hope was that essentially by doing that, they could focus some of their production for you know, the new sets that they're coming out with, but then be simultaneously just printing massive amounts of the 30th anniversary. So I don't know what Japanese looks like yet, but I mean, with, you know, with the prices that have come out from GameStop, if the English is any indication, you know, it's still just gonna be super expensive. All right, Denny's, we got you. All right, Denny's, I've got Flareons, and then I've got Vaporeons. You get 2 of them. Which ones would you like? One of each. All right, let's go. We'll go this one, and I've got Vaporeon right here. We opening both of them for you. Yes. All right. Here we go. Good luck. Box. All right, and it is the base version of the tin, and we've got our 2 packs there. Vaporeon. And the base version of Vaporeon there. All right. Let's see. Good luck here. We got 4 packs of Grand Gathering. We're still looking for our first sighting of the exclusive Sylveon SAR. Dolphin. Trapdoor, Eevee, Dusclops, Zoroark, Frostlass, Palafin EX, and that's all on that one. Shoot, I just went through all the sleeves. Bronzong, Charcadet, Execute, Snorunt, Whimsicott, Jolteon, Vaporeon, and that's all from that pack. So we got Palafin and Vaporeon on those 2. Hawlucha, Larvitar, Slowpoke, Varoom, Relicanth, Pheasantipity, Palafin again, and commons behind it. Trapdoor, Duraludon, and it's the Pokeball Wo-Chien. Funky Dory. Koraidon. Vaporeon on the EX. What are the odds? What are the odds that the EXs we get are the exact same? Palafin and Vaporeon. What the heck? Let me see here. Shuffle through some of these Denny's. Let me know if any of these catch your eye, which one you would like. We got the Numel, Houndstone, Magcargo, Dracloak. These are all Japanese, by the way. Spiritomb, Togekiss, Misdreavus, Sliggoo, Chespin, Tauros, Claydol, Watchdog, Metang, Trevenant, Doublade, Esper, Spupa, and the Togedemaru. Let me know if any of those tickle your fancy. could save them. Gotcha. You don't want bulk, right? Or am I making that up in my head? No bulk. Okay, that's what I thought. Just double checking. Appreciate you, Denny's. Wo-Chien on the Pokeball reverse there with your Palafins and Vaporeons. You know, if you're building a deck and these were particularly playable cards, you know, you'd be set, right? That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Magnets inside, proof. They're sticking to each other there. What else we got going on, chat? What else is 4th of July? All right, we got Denny's hopping back in. Run it back. All right. You want one of each again? I still have, I've got 3 more Vaporeon. The rest are Flareon. What's up, Mountain? Yeah, okay. Let's see, we'll go with this one. Flareon. Good luck. Good luck, Denny's. All right, we've got the base tin again. Vaporeon. Version of Vaporeon. All right. Tins. What's that? Slurpuff, Sneasel, Fanrodon, Dreepy, Cerulege, Sinistra, Blood Moon Ursaluna, Kieran and commons behind there. Unconventional shredding of the pack. Sharkadet, Hoot Hoot, Gimmighoul, Noctowl, Frostlass, Palafin EX again, and commons. Jeez. These things are loaded with Palafins. Sneasel, Fanrodon, Dreepy, Miraidon, Morpeko Hollow, Gongo EX, and nothing else there. Ah, last pack magic. Come on. Come on, Grand Gathering. It's something. Sharkadet, Hoot Hoot, Gimmighoul, Iron Hands, Wellspring, and that's it on that one as well. Dang. It's the EXs on that one. Yeah, that was rough. Denny's, do you have any interest in this Rowlet 30th anniversary Chinese? Card saver that up and throw that in there for you if you do. But yeah, between the I'll take that. There you go. You know, if nothing else, it's a 30th anniversary, right? 30th anniversary promo. I'm really interested to see what the pricing is going to be on Japanese, because they're doing theirs differently, right? Like the English did the releases with the products where it's a couple packs of, I think the more recent one's going to be like Chaos Rising and Pitch Black. And then you get a pack with all 3 starters from a particular line. And then Chinese has done the starters where it's one card at a time. And I think Japanese is looking, they're going to do it like all starters from a particular line as well, similar to what they did in English. But for the booster boxes, I can do that. Let's see, 1151. Keep the pins together. There. The bulky. All right. No worries. It'll be live. It'll be live for like 10 minutes, Denny's. I can renew it if it expires before you get back. No worries. No problem, man. Another one. got you on a booster box here. Let me grab that. Huh. All right, sounds good, Denny's. Ready to rip. All dogs, you know, all of them got some type of quirks, right? Grew up with dogs all my life, so all of them had something different. We had one that was, we adopted that was at least part husky, and it was always a escape mission for her out of the backyard, so. Always on constant alert with her. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I think she was a mix, but she definitely had that part of husky in her. All right. Good luck. Good luck. Bronzor. Tingu. Teal Mask. Freaking Ogies, man. Bunnery. Abra. Cottony. Totodile. Whimsicott. Monkey Dory. Sandy Shocks. Commons. Litleo, Double A, or Beetle. Garbodor. Garbodor on a Pokeball reverse. Crazy. Koraidon, Chi-Yu, another Vaporeon. EX. Yes, yes she was. She's quite a handful. On all sorts of ways, right? Slide out of the collar, even when we had her, you know, hooked up to a lead when we put her outside, you know, go over the fence, under the fence. Walking Wake, and the Vaporeon SAR. Let's go. There we go. That's more what we're looking for. There you go. Very nice. For a second, I missed the bottom border, and I thought it might have been the Iron Crown. Very nice. It faked me out. We take those, chat. We take those. Second evolution we pulled for you, Denny's, as well. We've only pulled 3 in total. Granted, we also haven't... I mean, we've opened a bunch of the tins. Bronzor on your Pokeball reverse. Not a whole lot of booster boxes, though. True, not the exclusive, yep. We haven't pulled that at all. One of the guys that comes in here a little bit was, I don't know if he's still here, if Cass is still in here. He came in saying he's on the chase for the Umbreon and has pulled the exclusive Sylveon twice during his chase. I said, well, I know it's not the same as pulling it, but, you know, I'm sure somebody'd be willing to trade you. Yeah, exactly. Not a bad problem to have. Either trade or, you know, sell one of them, right? Or grade it and sell it. Shoot, if they both came back 10s in the exclusive, Cornerstone Ogie. Can you imagine? The Chinese exclusives, any of them from any of the sets in a 10, it's gonna go for a lot. Goldeen, Dragapult, Zoroark, Milcery, Blood Moon, and we hit gold. The gold Walking Wake. Let's go. What a box. It's the second gold we hit for you as well. Dang. I picked the right box, I guess, you know? This one has, you know, I wasn't gonna mess with it. It's got nice texture on it as well. A nice feel to it. Let's see. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna have to bring the Bronzong down. We'll put it in like the periphery here, but or Bronzor, I mean. Very nice, very nice. Double hitting box with an evolution and a gold. Shaman. Houndour. And Crispin on our third Pokeball. Iron Thorns, Okidogi, and the Dragapult EX. I remember what the last goal was you pulled me. It was the, I believe it was the Terapagos. So, I mean, I think the Walking Wake is better, personally. Not that I'm a huge fan of what they did to Suicune, but I'm more of a fan of a Suicune adjacent than Terapagos, than the turtle. I will say the Terapagos SAR in Stellar Miracle or Stellar Crown, whichever. It is a nice looking card, but for that to be like the top chase of the set is slightly disappointing. I'll put it that way. Faroon. There's the A-Spec, or that was Reverum. A-Spec, Lana, and commons with Executor. Keep that down with the Crispin. Alright, last pack magic for you, Denny's. Finizen, Larvitar, Natu, Metang, Bramblegas, Miraidon, Glaceon on our EX. There we go. At least it's a different evolution. So we got, you've got 3 Vaporeon EXs now. Out of your rips from tonight. Here are your EXs. Including that third Vaporeon. Let's see. Alright, and your top loaders, A-Spec. We got Crispin on the reverse, Pokeball reverse, Bronzor reverse, Garbodor on the reverse. Might be able to find a special Garbodor collector, Walking Weight Gold, and the beautiful Vaporeon SAR. Thank you, Denny's. Hey, the perseverance paid off there, right? Appreciate you, brother. We got another one to clip. All right. Oh yeah, you haven't picked that one up? Yeah. The tin's sick. It's instead of just the hollow, you know, it's got that cracked ice kind of pattern on the hollow. So it's kind of a plain hollow on the regular ones. On that one, it's like a cracked ice on that, and then everything around it is like a granular crystal-ish type look to it around it, and then the gold borders. It's very cool. It got a so I mean, I haven't tried. I haven't really looked in the market there for it, but it did get a lot of attention on. Like, I don't have a huge following on IG, but of all the clips I posted this week, it got the most likes. I'll double check the views, but I think there's definitely a novelty to it. I'm sure there's somebody out there that is. I haven't looked on like eBay or anything. I don't know how rare they are. I looked what was it? PokeBeach. PokeBeach gave kind of like the odds of pulling it, and there's only like a 2.5% chance of pulling the tin. So if you think about that, if that's 2.5, it's 2.5 out of 100. It's only 5 out of every 200 people or 200 boxes might have that. So they are rare. I mean, what? That's... yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't seen anything about like a market on it. But you know, the people love Umbreon, right? It's obviously a big fan favorite, so you know there are people out there that would love to like add that to some type of Umbreon collection that they have. Can you imagine if you had to buy at least 50 of the tins, right? Buy 50 of those boxes to try to pull one. Just pull it once. And that's just the probabilities. Like if you went to a bunch of different sellers, right? It's almost like restarting the probability every time you go to it. Yeah, man. Yeah. Keep that bad boy sealed up. It's got the I don't know what the magnet. Yeah. Yeah, the magnet should be inside of it as well. I don't know what that looks like, but from the looks of the boxes here, it looks like it should be a different variation, so I don't know exactly what that looks like. So that could be really cool as well. I just obviously, you know, I leave them all in the plastic for you guys, so if you can decide if you want to take it out or anything, I don't want to mess with it. But they do put it inside of the tin, so. it's a cool, you know, additional, you know, collectible novelty on top of it. You know, I knew like the regular coins, that, you know, the coins that are really like the plastic or whatever. I haven't opened the tins at all. Nope. Nope. So they slide, right? They like slide open. It's not like a pry open. Here. I'm not gonna open them, but I can kind of show you from the view here. If you can see that, see it looks, you know, you've got more of that open end at the bottom, so they slide open. And then you can tell the magnets are in them because there's a magnetic pull here. Let's see which one. These aren't sticking as tightly. There. You want me to open one, Denny's? Alright. I think I should be able to, I think you can reseal the plastic on that, so I'll put it back in. Alright, there you go. Does have a little insignia at the bottom as well for the particular evolution. Let's see. Trying to be gentle. Oh, there we go. Slides. Okay, there you go. So the coin is also, or man, I forget. I think Dakota might have said they're really strong magnets. It's not easy pulling it off there, but it's cool. It's got the, it's holographic inside. It's like laid into kind of like these flames. It's got the Flareon. Yeah, so they're cool. I wonder, what I'm thinking is maybe the maybe that holographic is like a cracked ice on yeah, there's a lot of detail in it. Oh shoot, look at that. So on the back here, so you got the outer part with the magnet. It's got the, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got like the heads of each of the evolutions all around there. So you got like Vaporeon there, Glaceon, I can tell that. That's actually really cool. A lot of detail back there. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff like this, and all the coin collections, and there's like, I know for the coin boxes for each one of the evolutions, there's like several different variations, right? There's different colors and all that, and then you also have the rarity of the gold coin. The pins, yeah. So it's a really nice holographic there. But yeah, cool details on the back. Pretty strong magnet there. Just kind of plain inside. Right. So yeah, let's see. Yeah. Other side of the tin, just the inside. And just slide it back down. On the back, you know, little design. The Umbreon had this in, had it surrounded in gold, just like the trim of the front. This part was in gold with the Umbreon. Obviously, I don't read Chinese, so I can't tell what it says down there at the bottom of it. But yeah, very cool. Thank you for letting us open yours, Denny, so we could see what the coin looks like. Awesome added details that we're now haven't pulled yet are the Flareon, the Chinese exclusive Sylveon. That's awesome, man. That's what, it's 10 of them because of the exclusive. So it was normally the 9 evolutions, right? And then the Sylveon is the 10th. So if you just need the Flareon and the exclusive Sylveon, you know, 8 out of the 10. It's fantastic. Oh, an Eevee. Gotcha. Never pulled one of the Eevees. I pulled, in the Japanese, I pulled several of the Eevees. I pulled multiples of the Eevee fruit salad, and actually, I think I pulled that one 3 times, and then the flower one just once. And then I pulled the Glaceon, but I sold the Glaceon. I'm not a huge Glaceon fan, so you know, and part of my efforts for accruing capital to start the business, that's one of the cards that I sold from my collection. Sold a lot of cards, yeah, I bet. Mountain, you know, I was kind of fooling around with trying to figure out how to do it here. Alright, man, I see you went in. Alright, we got you on. Coming out of a fresh box of Inferno. So the auctions, when I do it, will just be for like single cards, guys. Kind of sporadic from all sorts of sets and all that I've been pulling in. Trying to find cards actually might be interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4 Inferno. And then we've got 1 Mega Dream. 4 Chaos Rising. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 10 Blade Awakening Slim. What's up, Kay? Open a fresh box of Blade Awakening here. Do I have the set that has the Mouse Hold SAR? I do not. I do not. I believe that's the reward round. I don't have that set. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah. Yeah, I know that, you know, all the exclusives are expensive. I don't know. I don't know if those are still in print or if they've been sunsetted yet or not. That set, but that is a very popular one that people are chasing for sure. All right. Let's see. All right, Mountain. Are we opening everything for you, brother? Is anything going sealed? Yep. All right. Yeah, they're you know, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow, they're coming out with a new set. That's the Chasing Glory. So it's gonna have some of the cards from Journey Together and some cards from Glory of Team Rocket. Victini Reverse. Ariados. So it's gonna have an exclusive Brock SAR. And then Screaming Tail Yelnate EX. The Brox is the exclusive SAR, and then I think the set is supposed to have the Rockets Mewtwo SAR. But a lot of the set lists have been that I saw recently were incomplete. Or Pekko Reverse. Aceback, Palafin, Morty. Frogadier, Lickitung. Chimchar, Mr. Mime. There we go. We got the Greninja EX. Four more on Blade Awakening here. Electabuzz. More Pecco. Swamp. Hoothoot. Fluent. Great Tusk Reverse. Snom. You're right on. The last pack on the Blade Awakening. Anteater. Mawile. Continent. Okay, alright. Inferno X here. Toxel, Charmander, Duraludon, Ceruledge, and it's the Nimble AR. Take that first pack AR on Charmander, Sneasel, Dugong, Tauros, and Fire Breather. Duraludon, Venonat, Oricorio EX. Alright, last pack on Inferno. Misdreavus, Lombre, Flamethrower, and Ceruledge. Not bad. Not bad on that one. Alright, we got Mega Dream, Korean. Alright, Snom. Execute, Magneton. Spiritomb, Sneasel, Scrafty. Hey, reverse. We got the Ends PP Up. Ends PP Up secret rare. Make sure to take your daily dose, guys. Ends PP Up. Alright. 4 packs Chaos Rising. Come on, give us something big, Chaos. Grass Energy, Phantom, Froakie, Stunky, Quilladin, Meowstic, Great Hall Net, Deoxys, Frogadier Reverse, Delphox Reverse, and Keldeo Hollow. Bad luck with Chaos, yeah. Alright, Fire Energy, Esper, Frogadier, Weedle, Quillfish, Deoxys, Great Hall Net again, Metagross, Reverse Brixen, Quillfish, Xerneas Hollow. Lightning, Donphan, Braixen, Skrelp, Wimpod, Golisopod, Tauros, Garbodor, Sudowoodo Reverse, Weedle Reverse, Cobalion EX. What's up, Typical? Welcome in, guys. Alright, last pack magic here for you, Mountain. Chaos Rising. Alright, we got Metal Energy, Goomy, Phantom, Froakie, Stunky, Roxy's Performance, Golisopod, Deoxys, Litleo Reverse, Frogadier on the AR, and Delphox, or Illustration Rare, I should say. Very nice. There we go. Hey, an EX and an IR in 4 packs is a pretty good hit rate. There you go. Very cool artwork there. Yeah, you might have it out of probably Japanese. Probably Japanese. I don't think Chinese, unless you got traditional Chinese. But yeah, probably out in Ninja Spinner. Summoning Jutsu. Very cool. Alright, let's show off your hits here. No problem, brother. Appreciate you. We got the Cobalion EX, Scrafty EX out of the Mega Dream, Oricorio out of Inferno. We got Greninja and the Screaming Tail out of Blade Awakening. A-Spec from Blade Awakening. Mega Dreams and PP Up. Leave before you spend more money. No worries, Denny's. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good holiday. You too. Be safe, guys. Nimble on our AR from Inferno, and Frogadier Illustration Rare from Chaos. Here we go. Very nice. A lot of hits on that pack salad there, Mountain. Glad we got you a couple nice ARs too. You know, if we can't hit an SR or SAR, you know, some of the art rares are just as nice. Maybe not as highly coveted, but still really nice cards. Yeah, you could get a rip like that, or you could end up getting just absolutely rinsed, you know, if you go with just a few at a time. Some of the worst sets that we've had in terms of going like just a few at a time have been Nihil Zero and Ninja Spinner. Like sometimes, I don't know what it is, we've just had the bad luck of we'll go like, I've had, I think somebody get like 10 packs of one and we get like an EX or maybe 2. And I'm like, sheesh, I bought a third of a box, didn't even hit one AR. Like, man. So we get those sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad because Nihil, I will say, like the boxes of Nihil we had were maybe not quite what I would say juice, but we pulled like out of half of the boxes of Nihil that we went through, we pulled SARs. We pulled what was it? Rosa's Encouragement twice. The SAR. Mega Zygarde. The Mega Zygarde was the big. Well, it depends. You know, I think the Meowth SAR ended up being like the highest valued one, but the Mega Zygarde is what the set is centered around. And you had that in gold as well. And the Rose's Encouragement SAR, the trainer. Yeah, we didn't pull like any Meowth, man. You know, Trembly went in on a bunch because he's a Meowth collector, and we couldn't get anything for him. Couldn't get any Meowth except for like the just like the EX. No secret rare, no SAR. You know, I was like, dang, man. It's tough. It's tough. And then we would rip like he did like a couple or a little bit of like Gloria Team Rocket here and there. And then we couldn't pull it for him, and then somebody else would go in on either a box or maybe a handful of packs, and then we'd pull the Meowth, and I'm just like, dang. Felt bad. What's up, Bull? Did you guys go away? Go away, or are you gonna doing a little staycation? Does a Korean Inferno X have the Mega Charizard? Yes, it does. Yes, it does, Mountain. We've pulled it once. We've pulled it once already. Out of the Korean Inferno. The very first box we had opened for single packs, it was in that box. So somebody got it on a little snipe. It was like a handful of packs and pulled it. Very similar to yours out of the Japanese. I wasn't even like clocking it as possibly being there on the pack I opened it, you know. We pulled it on. I was like, that's crazy. Yeah, we haven't really opened a ton. I think it's the only SAR we've pulled. Out of that one, I believe so. I believe that one's going to be more expensive than the gold. That's the only one that might compete for it. Well, the most valuable card of all time, I mean, there's some debate on, I guess, technically what it should be. However, I think the Illustrator Pikachu that, what's it, Logan Paul auctioned off earlier this year. That's still very controversial because there's a lot of opinions that things that might have gone on behind the scenes that that might have artificially inflated it. So, but that and the fact that they did videos, what was it, Golden, whatever that was doing the auction, they submitted it to be reholdered, which means to get put in a new updated slab from PSA. Like, it had already been graded and it was technically graded a 10, but if you look at the card, because they were showing it up close, to show it having been, you know, reholdered and all that, the card does not look like a 10. Card looks kind of, it for a 10, it looks rough. Overall, it's not like, in the card itself is not in like what I would call rough shape, but for what's been deemed to be a 10, it's in rough shape. I don't think it should be a 10 at all. So that's why there's a lot of controversy about why, or if that one should be the most valuable. Now, I don't, it's the only PSA 10 of that card in existence that I know of, or maybe there's two, I don't know. There's like a tag 10 of it, but that one hasn't been sold or anything, and obviously because it's graded through tag instead of PSA, it doesn't have as much value with that, which I think is kind of silly, because if you look at the PSA 10, if you look at Logan Paul's one, the auctioned off, that thing is not a 10. So, but yeah, crazy expensive. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what the second most expensive one is, because a lot of them are kind of obscure, right? What makes them more valuable is like not just the rarity in terms of like it's an SAR or whatever, or a holo, right, from some of the earlier vintage sets. It's the rarity in terms of how many of those exist at that grade. So if it's a 10, right, like a PSA 10, how many, like, what's the pop, meaning the population of that card that exists? I'm trying to get into sports cards lately, which is very confusing. Yeah. Sports cards can be tough because there's so many different things, you know, like with Pokemon, right? It's more standardized as far as, okay, this set is this, you know, you have your EXs, you have secret rares, you have SARs. With sports cards, you not only have that, you have a difference between retail product and then what they call, you know, the hobby stuff, which I'm sure you've come across. So hobby stuff costs more, but typically in hobby stuff you have a chance to pull higher value cards. So things like more expensive or more valuable autograph cards, you know, lower numbered cards, those sorts of things, but they're way more expensive, right? So you have differences in that, but then you also have different brands of the cards. So, like, I don't know how Topps is doing it with football, but I got into football a little bit back a couple years ago. And so you have different ones that are like Phoenix, you have Prism, you have Donruss, you've got what's it? Donruss Optic. Gosh, there's so many other ones. So there's so many different kinds of those. And then within each of those sets, then they have different chases. They have different case hits and all that. You have different parallels. You've got numbered cards. You know, Donruss has the downtowns. But other than that, pretty much nothing has any value in Donruss besides the downtowns. I think they're still going to make cards because so Panini lost the official license to be able to use the official license of NFL stuff. But I think they're still, from what I've seen, they're still going to make unlicensed, which just means they're not going to have team logos or anything. But they can acquire the rights to print cards with the likeness of the players without having the NFL license. So it's like you said, it's very complicated. So really, what you got to do with sports cards is you got to find the stuff that is appealing to you. Like do a lot of looking online, and then figure out which sets appeal to you. That way you're not just, that way you don't spend too much like on a particular set that you find out ultimately that the things that are considered hits aren't really that appealing to you. That's the beauty of the internet. Back in the day, if you were collecting different baseball sets and before the internet, you had no idea what the stuff looked like until you saw people opening packs, right? So you might hang around like your local LGS with some collectors, all that. Baseball is cool too, but right now football and basketball are the most valuable. Yeah, absolutely. The baseball ones, there are valuable ones. It's just extremely hard to pull them. Really hard to pull them, and especially because the more popular / rare ones, more people are chasing them. So then when more people are chasing them, that's going to drive the price of the product up. So tried one of the stupid Pokemon machines at the mall and paid like $60 a couple weeks ago. What were they, like mystery slabs or something like that? What's up, Britt? Gave me a Japanese watch roll AR mint 10 graded by CGC. Yeah. So the watch roll, I think if it's the one I'm thinking, the watch roll AR, is it with Iono? Because if it is, that one's like a promo in Japanese. But yeah, it being graded CGC plus it being Japanese, being a Japanese AR, they're not as valuable. Unfortunately. I mean, it's in a 10, so maybe over time it'll come up. There's a lot of Iono collectors out there, if it is the one I'm thinking of from, it's supposed to be, Battle Partners, I guess, technically. Transformation Mask 105, 101, 2024. Oh, that might be a different one then. So that's not the Iono. Let me look it up real quick. Transformation Mask. So that might be, what, Twilight or Mask of Change? Yes. I see it. It's the one where it's in the water. It's in the water. Yeah, swim with dolphins. I see that now. I forgot about that card. Yeah, that one is raw value, at least based on collector, is $3.51. $3.51. says $16 in a, or hold on. Yeah, if it's just the Gem Mint 10 in CGC, then it says $10. So yeah, the I've never been a fan of the mystery slabs. You can definitely hit big, right? Some of those, they have varying ceilings and floors, right? So if you spend 60, typically whatever the pack costs, the floor is going to be below that, which I think is evident by what you pulled. I don't know what it is in that case, but obviously typically the higher the floor, the higher the cost of the pack. But you can hit really big. It's just exceptionally rare, and every I guess company that does it, whoever packages them and that kind of thing, has different pull rates. You have different odds of hitting, so, and then you just never know if that big pool is still live. I don't know if they put that up as a thing on the machine. I don't know if it tells you what's still available or what could be pulled out of it. That part I don't like. I think they should have to do that, right? Because I've seen them done on other people's live streams. Again, I'm not a huge fan of them. At least the stream that I frequented, it you could actually see they had it connected right to a website where it listed all your possible hits in the different categories out of a certain pack, right? So let's say you buy the gold level pack, these are all the possible hits, right? But then they would mark them as being pulled as they went on, so then you could tell, okay, if your chances were improving to be able to get one of the top tiers, or you would know if one of the top tiers that you would have been chasing, if it was gone already or not. It's random graded Pokemon slab option, and it had an option for signed football jerseys. Yeah. That's the other thing. They when I was collecting a lot of the card stuff, you saw a lot of sports memorabilia, and all of them have some sort of mystery bag. So it'd be mystery signed jersey or mystery signed helmet and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, it's cool because I'm a sports fan, but it's not, for me, it's not worth potentially spending that and getting some random person that not only do I not care for, that is probably just not popular in general. So even if I tried to sell it on on the cheap, it's probably not going to sell well. There are better ways to actually get the signed memorabilia of teams or of players that you actually want. All over TikTok now too. Yep. Yeah, it's been out there for a while. I'm not gonna say I wasn't tempted or I wasn't intrigued, because it definitely was, but I bought some memorabilia, signed memorabilia. But one of the biggest things for me with sports memorabilia is that, for me, getting an autograph and all that, it's actually being able to meet the person. So I'm more inclined to spend money, even more money in that case, of actually going and meeting the person and whatever, get a picture with them and get something signed, and then have that experience, because then it has some a little bit of a sentimental experience, right? as opposed to you're just buying it, you know, you're not even buying it right from the athlete or whatever themselves, you know. It's so for every team in the NBA, they open like 4 boxes and you get the team you bid and won. Yep. Absolutely, money grab. That's why, like, I'm not against like breaks and that kind of stuff, which is, I guess, kind of like that. But that one you have to like auction for it is, I mean, that's intense. You know, they can easily make a ton of money off of that. Like, they probably make, of the more popular ones, like, let's say Wembanyama or something, you know, if people were big on that, and it was, you know, it's the Spurs, and this possible Wembanyama product. It's not guaranteed. Probably crazy. And yeah, people are paying 30 to 40 a bid. Sheesh. Yeah. And that's why, like, if you'll listen to some people, I don't know if you know Gary Vee. He doesn't really come up on my feed as much anymore, but I've watched a lot of his videos and stuff, and his big thing is, like, it's twofold. It's that he thinks, you know, a big thing that's going to change in the shift of consumer action is live selling. So that's what you have here on TikTok, right? TikTok, WN, the Bay, you know, everybody's pretty much adopted it at some point, right? In some fashion here, a lot of the bigger platforms. And then he said on top of that too, like collectibles. Collectibles is a huge thing, particularly now. And I think for me, it's because collectibles, like my generation is big into collectibles again. And we have, you know, we're starting to make more money. And we're getting to the point where we can buy random things that aren't necessarily worth it. And not necessarily that we have more discretionary income, but we have access to more money, or maybe we make more money and feel like, oh, well, I can afford this now, which, you know, that might not be true, but case by case basis there. But the live selling, it, and then you mix the auction stuff in, man, you mix the people get really, really wrapped up in the live auction stuff. And so I was watching a little bit of that earlier, that hence my story thing. However, I didn't look enough into exactly how or what I need to do to set it up, because it can be very generic. You can do a very generic setup and just keep going. So I'll have to do more research, and then we'll do that. It's nothing real crazy, I'll be honest, right now. I mean, what I wanted to start out with was really inexpensive stuff. A little bit of different things. You know, I got some English will be mixed in. You got 25th anniversary. I've got some Korean VMAXs from, Blue Sky. You know, some V's. I got some stuff out of Japanese, you know, Japanese VMAXs and V's. There's a Korean. Let's see. Some of the other stuff. Yeah, V-Stars. Other V's. Nothing that would be super expensive, but try to get like a feel for how it works from an operational side. Here's some more of them, some more 25th anniversary stuff that I would put in there. Again, nothing that's super valuable, but Jason Voorhees mask signed by the original actor. Oh, okay, gotcha. So the like the Friday the 13th, right? Hey man, it's still cool. That's the thing. I mean, the collectibles. It's a lot of it. Collectibles are cool because you can collect things that have a certain meaning to you, and that has a different value. You know, like some people, maybe they don't like that movie, maybe they've never seen it, they wouldn't even know what you're talking about. I don't think I've ever watched any of the Friday the 13th movies all the way through. I've seen, I think, part of like Jason X, I think it was, and part of Jason versus Freddy. I've never really been into horror movies, but I know what it is. Like, I'm vaguely familiar with enough like pop culture type stuff. But that stuff's cool, you know? Like, I have a bunch of sports stuff that to me is worth more because it's particular players that either I watched growing up or, you know, kind of idolized growing up. Maybe, you know, for me, like I share some of that like with my dad, so it's, you know, it's special to me in a different way than it might be for the next person. So you're a huge Cowboys fan. Want a man cave with collectibles? Yeah. So mine is the Giants mountain. So it's funny. I got a few things. I've got a Strahan, Michael Strahan signed jersey and a Michael Strahan signed mini helmet. And then I have a Lawrence Taylor signed jersey, and I have those framed up in have the jerseys framed up, and then I have a replica helmet signed by Lawrence Taylor that I drove up. He was doing an autograph signing up in New Jersey, and it was like a few hour drive. So I was like, you know what? It was like a year ago from February. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. So I went there, you know, got my picture taken with him, got my autograph, the helmet. So, meanwhile, I wore my dad's Lawrence Taylor jersey that he had back in the 80s. Another thing I had for the Cowboys is signed Emmitt Smith old school jersey. Hey man, that's pretty sweet though. I've got a Tim Brown autographed Notre Dame jersey because I'm a big Notre Dame fan as well. I've got that. I've got you might not know, but it was one of the famous coaches for Notre Dame that won one of the national championships back in the 70s. It was Ara Parseghian. So I have a autographed mini helmet from him, and then the actual Rudy that the movie's based on. I have an autographed mini helmet of his. I've got some signed baseballs, like Frank Robinson, Brooks Robinson. I'm a big Mets fan, so I've got an autograph framed kind of special commemorative thing of Tom Seaver for the Mets, and then an autographed photo that I just put in a frame of Mike Piazza. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I don't even have all of it on display, so that's one of the things I'm also kind of working on. So I have like a pseudo man cave kind of thing going on. I got back in the day, I got to meet Alex Ovechkin in his rookie year. They do down in DC. They do a car show. That's a really big deal down at their convention center, and they usually have some pro athletes there. And that year of his rookie year, it was him and a couple other guys that one played for them for like a few years, and wasn't really anything popular, and then another guy that bounced around to other teams. But yeah, so I got to meet Ovechkin, and I got a autographed jersey, and I got like an autographed. It's not like an actual picture, but it's kind of like a postcard type thing that's autographed. So I've got that framed up as well. So yeah, it was really cool. I was like 14 at the time or so. So me and my cousin went. My uncle took us. So that was probably like one of the my coolest experiences. It was a super long line, but of course I don't think anybody imagined that he would have become the, all-time goal scorer, all-time leading goal scorer for a career. So that was really cool. I mean, like, we knew he was supposed to be good, right? Because he was the #1 draft pick and all that. But, yeah, I mean, looking back on it now, shoot, I was 14 then, and he just signed a contract to play another year. And he's been with the Caps for 22 years. It makes me feel old. So, what's up, AJ? You a Devils fan? Yes. Yeah, he got drafted by the Caps, and he signed a few different contracts with them. One, I know they signed him once for so I don't know what his original contract was, but whatever duration that was, when they re-signed him there, they signed him for 13 years on that first one. And then his last contract was a 3-year contract, and then this one's a 1 year. So I guess he'll play and see if he wants to keep playing after that. I would love if it would take a couple solid seasons, but I would love it if he played long enough to get to 1,000 goals, because I think it would be awesome. I mean, he scored 32 goals last year. Like, he can still produce at a pretty good level. He scored 32 last year, scored 40 the year before. So he's at I think 929 now. So if he had 2 years, like one of 36 and one of 35, which is doable, right? He scored 32 last year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Crosby's still playing. He's young. I think he's a couple years younger than Ovechkin. But as far as I know, he's still playing. I follow the Capitals, but I don't follow the overall league that closely. I couldn't tell you who the newest superstars are. I mean, I know, was it Connor Bedard is supposed to be, he was the biggest one. That's a good question. Favorite goalie of all time? I mean, being partial to being a Capitals fan, I'd have to say Olaf Kolzig. Like, he was the goalie for them for a real long time. He was the goalie when I first got into hockey. When I first got into it, the Capitals made it to the Stanley Cup final, but got swept by Detroit. But he was the goalie back then, and he was a big-time fan favorite. Oh yeah, you can't. If you're a Devils fan, you can't say anybody other than Marty Brodeur. That's a given. I'd have to imagine. It's kind of like if you asked, like the Avalanche, it's got to be Patrick Waugh. Because he helped them win their first Stanley Cup, and he's a legend. You got those guys. You got Dominik Hasek. Played for a bunch of teams, right? Buffalo, Detroit. Ed Balfour played for a couple different teams, most notably the Stars back in the day. Curtis Joseph You know, played for the Maple Leafs for so long. Yeah, I think we're headed in the right direction. Now, I'll be honest, like, because I live here in Maryland, and seeing Harbaugh, I don't like either of the Harbaugh brothers. I actually quite the opposite. I really can't stand them. And I'm not a Ravens fan. Like, I'm anti-Ravens. And then seeing him and seeing all the press stuff, like the local sports coverage and all that on him, I grew to really have a great distaste for John Harbaugh. Um, what I will say is that I think we needed somebody who is an established NFL coach who has had success, right? Who can come in and give the structure to the young guys and put us in a position to contend. And when we kept going with rookie head coach one after another, what was it, Ben McAdoo, Pat Shurmur, right? It was Pat Shurmur. We had after that, what was the Jason Garrett, like, filled in, and then I guess maybe coached another year after that. Then we had Joe Judge, and then Daboll, like all these guys who were not established coaches, right? Who hadn't. Jason Garrett's the only one that had head coached anywhere, but he hadn't had true success, right? I'm sure I don't have to tell you, knowing that as a Cowboys fan, but can't root for the Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah. I mean, my favorite version of the Cardinals was Kurt Warner. You know, Kurt Warner quarterbacking and Larry Fitzgerald at quarterback or at wide receiver. You know, having that tandem. I wanted them to to beat Carolina the year Carolina went to the Super Bowl, and I wanted them to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, I felt bad for Larry Fitzgerald because I think he's, at least from what I can tell, he's a really good guy, like off the field too. So I wish he had won a Super Bowl. But, I think he did everything right. I think he played the game really hard. I think he played it the right way. He wasn't like a showboating, diva wide receiver. He worked really hard. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't think you could have gone. I mean, he's got to be their best, franchise legend kind of thing, Drafted by full career with he's obviously a Hall of Famer, but kind of like the old kind of cliche, I guess you could call it, of he should never have to buy himself a drink in Arizona. There should be somebody buying him his drinks if he does drink or whatever, buying his meals for him for the rest of his natural life, because he gave them everything, and they would not have been successful those years without him. What's up, Irvin? The owner sucks. Yeah, I can imagine. I don't even know who it is. Suns and the D-backs. Yeah. Yeah, the D-backs have had success. They were right there in the World Series just a couple years ago. What's up, Evelyn? Either that or they at least made it to the NLCS. because they beat the Phillies that one year in the playoffs. I remember that. So yeah, I mean the D-backs are solid, especially for being a team that's what they consider more like a mid-market team. You know, they're not spending money like the Yankees or the Mets or the Dodgers, and it's hard being in a division with the Dodgers spending money like that. Yeah, yeah, they were very young. I mean, so you know, a lot of homegrown talent there, a lot of guys that came up from the through the minors or that they drafted. And I think their only issue is I think when they've made bigger signings, some of those guys just have not panned out. And not that they've been like an absolute like disaster, but they just didn't live up to how much they were paying them and what they had hoped in terms of, you know, let's say a pitcher had won like 15 games or whatever, and then they sign them, and then they come to them and only win like 10 and have an ERA with a full run higher or something, and you're like, dang, man, like maybe still a solid pro, but not worth what they paid. But they almost have to overpay for some of these guys because they're in a smaller market and it's harder to entice people. A lot of good trades. Cowboys fans say this all the time, but I think they're on a good path after this year. Made a lot of good trades that help on defense. Yeah, they need to upgrade the defense big time. Yeah. I mean, you got definitely have the pieces. I can't remember who's the running back now. I mean, if Dak is healthy, like he's a really good regular season quarterback. He just hasn't shown a whole lot of clutchness. Javonte Williams. Okay, yeah. Not a whole lot of success in the playoffs for him. But I mean, CeeDee Lamb's a good receiver. You got Pickens, right? Pickens coming back again on the franchise tag, which they fixed something. I mean, look, Pickens has all the talent in the world. He's got to keep his head on straight, and he just loses his cool at like some of the most random points, and you're like, what on earth are you doing? He just, you know what I mean? Like he'll like step on a player or something like that, and I'm like, what is possessing you to do that? I don't understand the mentality of some of these guys that do these things. Like it's not even in the act of something with football. Like I said, it's like stepping on a guy or something. Like, what are you doing? That's not even. I can understand you get locked up with a guy you're blocking or whatever, and you get frustrated or something, and then you give him like an extra shove or something. But man, he does some dumb stuff. Could be battling the Eagles again. Yeah, could be, for sure. I think the Giants have an outside chance at wild card. I think you got Dart in a second year. Like I said, you got a more established head coach that I think provides that stability, right? That's the thing with getting Harbaugh is that I think it provides the franchise more stability in that he can also help reassure Dart that it's like, dude, this is like you are it. The team is yours. Like you just need to continue to learn and develop. So he's worse on the Steelers. Yep. Seems to be a bit better on Dallas. Yeah. Like I said, he's got the ability. He can make some incredible catches. He has incredible catch radius. He's very long. You know, can make contested catches. Can really stretch the field. Pickens, that is. So there's a lot of potential there. A lot of potential. And then, what's up, Scoldger? as far as the Giants go, like once we get Neighbors back and Dart can actually play with Neighbors more, because I don't know that he got any playing time with him last year. If he did, it was very brief because Neighbors got hurt so early. And then if you have him, you got Scadaboo, you got Tracy at running back, and then you know, we've solidified more of the offensive line. Andrew Thomas should be healthy again to play left tackle. We extended him. We've fortified some of the other spots of the offensive line that have been kind of questionable. You know, we drafted more guys, so we have better depth at offensive line. That was the thing that killed us, was offensive line. We could not give, no matter who the quarterback was, we couldn't give them enough time to throw the ball. And, you know, when Russell Wilson was quarterbacking, he took too long. He held the ball too long, and I think he was I think he was stuck in the past, like thinking he was still like quicker than he really is, like that he could avoid some pass rushes and be able to get out of there, and he's just not. He's just slow, and his arm is not as strong, and so he would wait too long on some parts, thinking he could make up the difference, you know, by being late and just be able to throw hard enough. I don't think, you know, it just, he had the occasional games where he played really well. We played really well against the Cowboys, but they ended up winning in overtime. We scored a bunch of points. I think we scored like 40 some points that game finally. But with Tracy and Scadaboo in the backfield, Scadaboo can catch the ball out of the backfield pretty well. We've got more wide receiver depth. What's up, Glitter? We've got guys that can play more secondary receiver. We drafted Malachi Fields, who played for Notre Dame last year. He's a tall receiver. He can make contested catches, and yeah, yeah. We play you guys like first game of the season a lot. Seems like at least every couple years, it's against the Cowboys. There were so many years where we would play. It'd be. I think we're supposed to be the first Sunday night game of the year this year, right? We've played you on NBC a ton, especially at the beginning of the season. So, yeah, that'll be interesting too, because I think there's a lot of speculation that they were, by they I mean the Giants were going to draft Caleb Downs, but we passed on him. We went Arvell Reese. You know, Brian Burns had a great year last year. We'll see. Thibodeau, I think, is in his last year. His contract. We'll see if he shows any development, if he can stay healthy. You get him. We've got Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, and we got Arvell Reese. So we should have plenty of pass rushing. Appreciate the repost, Bronx. So, I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic about the season. Like I said, I mean, a lot of it comes down to staying healthy too. Like if you can have a great roster on paper and everybody could be gelling, but you have like one or two really big key guys go out on injury, and you know that's your season. I mean, it just disrupts your entire, especially if it's offense. Like, let's say if you guys had, let's say your number one tight end goes out, and what's his name? CeeDee Lamb. Like, let's say both of those guys go down. I mean, you're talking about, in terms of like pass catching, you're talking like 150, 140 receptions going down right there. So, yeah, he runs like a madman. So, I mean, it's awesome to watch from like a football perspective because you're like that's how the game used to be played. You know what I mean? You didn't have so many guys that were like finessing and trying to juke people out and all that. You know, you used to just ram the ball down people's throat. Um, I will say I'm surprised that of all injuries, it was an ankle, because I would have thought for sure he would be out with a head injury. He plays with absolute reckless abandon, which is great. Like, especially when they have him on a rookie deal. Shoot, you're like, go out there and leave it all on the field, because he might get one more contract in his life if he stays healthy enough. But I can't imagine him lasting like 10 years in the NFL with how hard he runs. Yeah, I mean, I had heard of them at ASU, and especially them making that run in the playoffs, in the college football playoffs, was cool, but, you know, still didn't know much about them. And you're like, okay, you know, it's college. We'll see if that really can translate to the NFL. And then you see him play in the NFL, and then I saw him have, you know, a couple good games, you know, where he's averaging still like 5 yards a carry. You know, he can catch the ball out of the backfield, but yeah, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, that's for sure. You know. So we shall see. I'm hoping Abdul Carter takes a big step forward too. I hope he plays a lot more. Hope he's on the field a lot more. I think they really took their time, like trying to get him to learn how to play in the system better last year. So, you know, his numbers as a rookie weren't like insane. So optimistic for that. Interested to see what Arvell Reese might bring. I don't know why that closed out. All right, we want to rip. You want to rip this one, or are we sending it sealed for you, Mountain? It's up to you, brother. Inferno X. Let's do a sealed. All right, sounds good, man. Let me pull it off the shelf here. And we'll get that together with your other stuff. Get it all in a box for you. Huh. That was so weird. Had something pop up that was trying to say my live stream was pre-recorded. Which is not true. It says it appears to be unoriginal or reproduced. Yeah, I got you, Mountain. I don't take it personally. I mean, I'll be honest, like, I don't like the Cowboys. I don't like the Cowboys, but I hate the Eagles right now. I hate the Eagles. I cannot stand them. Their fan base is insufferable. It always has been. Yeah, I can't stand Sirianni. I have, you know, the Giants. I mean, I think most Giants fans will remember, but we got beef with that guy that he likes to have on the sideline that they call like Big Dom or whatever. This dude has no purpose of being on the field or, you know, on the sidelines. But he got into got in a part of an altercation during the Giants game. One of them where he's on the sideline, and it's like he's not a coach. But what they did to try to get around that, because they designated him as like something like security coordinator or some BS like that. But the NFL then made a rule that like you couldn't have people, certain people that weren't coaches or weren't medical staff or whatever, that kind of stuff, like can't be on that in those sections of the sideline. So then they like arbitrarily made him some coach. So he's not like an actual coach, but he wears like a headset and stuff now, and I'm just like, this is all BS. It's all BS so they can allow him to stay there. Yeah, your best friend's an Eagles fan, and yeah, biggest trash talker. Yep, they are for sure. Yeah, they always do. So like I'm a big Mets fan too. So I'm a Mets and Giants fan. So both of my teams are in divisions or division rivals with Philly teams. So I hear it all the time, and I can't stand it. But is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's how I am with any of my friends. If you get into a kind of thing, like, I mean, we can have like a constructive debate about certain things if you want, but like if you're just gonna be so, like if you're gonna be insanely biased and just not even be willing to hear the other person's position. Now the trash talking stuff, I don't really trash talk. But like if we're talking about like which player's better or that kind of thing, and we're doing comparisons, or which teams are better if they haven't played each other yet or something like that, like we can have a healthy debate. I can do that. But most Philly fans, they don't know what staying unbiased means. So yeah, he used to do that. All right, Mountain. It's been fun, brother. I appreciate you hanging out with us. I think I'm going to close up here in a couple minutes. Every year we do a jersey bet. First game, Cowboys, Eagles. Whoever loses had to buy a jersey who wins. There you go. There you go. That's awesome, man. Hey, I really appreciate you hanging out and chatting with me. Really does mean a lot. You guys supporting and all that. Whether it's likes, comments, all that kind of stuff. And it really helps pass the time for me when we're slower. Yeah, enjoy hanging out with you guys and vibing. I will see you Sunday. We'll be back Sunday, man. Okay? You'll have to let me know if you pull anything good out of the box, out of the Inferno, right? Because the only SAR we've pulled so far has been the Mega Charizard. Haven't seen anything else. You do the same, man. Have a safe holiday. Hope you're all settled in at the new place and all that. Enjoy your weekend. We will see you Sunday.